The next one is my order of operations. So the first part is going to start and not use all of the rules yet, but I'm going to write them down. When I follow my order of operations, I do the parentheses. And when they talk about the parentheses, they're talking about getting it down to one number in the parentheses. So on here, we won't really have to do anything with the parentheses because the first ones only have one number in the parentheses. Then if we had exponents, we would do the exponents. Again, none of these ones here are going to have exponents yet. The next thing you do is multiplying and dividing from left to right. That's where we're going to start with these ones. The last step in our order of operations, adding and subtracting from left to right. So way back when, a lot of years ago when I was in elementary school, we said, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to remember that. That was our mnemonic device. When my kids were, well, my oldest daughter, my son is in college and my daughter is a senior in high school, so they're probably beyond this maybe. But when they were in grade school and I'm going, what are you doing in school? They'd say PEMDAS, and I'm like, what in the heck is PEMDAS? I have no idea. PEMDAS, that's what they called it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The order of operations. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, that's how I learned it. Still stuck on that. Don't have to do the parentheses because there's only one number in the parentheses. Don't have any exponents, so I do multiplying and dividing. So I'm going to divide right here first. Negative 18 divided by 6 would be negative 3. So I'm going to have negative 12. I'm going to subtract a negative 3. Since I'm subtracting a negative, I end up changing that to plus 3. So I have negative 12 plus 3, which then gives me an answer of negative 9, right? So on number 29, if I'm following my order of operations, which step should I do first?
15 times 2.
The multiplying. Negative 15 times negative 2 is 30. So I have 30 plus 5, which we know is 35, right? And number 30 then, if I'm following my order of operations, what would I do first there? Divide. 10 divided by negative 2? Negative 5. And then I have negative 5 subtracting a negative 5, which means I'm going to change it to plus 5. And a negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So it's not necessarily the order you see the problem. Multiplying and dividing come before adding and subtracting.